So unreal. And how can people just lack compassion? How? Why can't you just imagine yourself just waking up one day with your family not there anymore? So LA businesses are getting raided by ICE, or some people that are wearing stuff that says ICE on it with their faces all covered up. People are getting ran over. Shots are being literally fired, literally. And this is supposed to be life right now. We're not gonna get treated like humans because they don't see us like humans. They lack compassion. How can you lack compassion? How? I understand that you're trying to get criminals out. Are you going to workplaces where people are just trying to work? That doesn't make sense.
Ma'am, you are not talking about compassion or empathy. You're referring to entitlement and weaponized compassion. When your position is that enforcing the law might hurt the person who broke the law, so we need to change the law so it's not uncomfortable for them, that's not compassion. And tell me, would you apply that logic to any other kinds of law breaking? If someone steals something, do we just let it go because going to jail or paying a fine might make things inconvenient for them? And if we did that, would that stop crime or encourage it? And where's your compassion for people who follow the law? What about store owners who lose money, future customers who have to pay more because theft raises prices, immigrants waiting years to come here the right way only to watch others skip the line and be rewarded for it? Where's your compassion for Americans who are struggling, who see these benefits handed to non-citizens while they get left behind? Or taxpayers barely scraping by, watching their money fund people who should not be here? And not to mention the millions of women and children who were abused, trafficked, tortured, and murdered on their way here because the border was flung wide open with zero accountability and nobody checking to make sure that they were safe. You want to talk about compassion? Real compassion is protecting lives. Law and order protects lives. And I'm sorry that so many people were lied to by corrupt politicians who wanted to use illegal immigration to destroy America, and that so many people were sold that agenda under the guise of just wanting to give them a better life, letting people stay here under asylum that they didn't qualify for, or being given protected status when they never should have been, or being allowed to abuse birthright citizenship. The can was kicked down the road for so long, and that included letting people think that they were going to be able to stay here forever with no accountability, and the even bigger lie that the people who enforce the law were the problem. And that's clearly a lie that you fell for. But unless you can acknowledge for 1 second the people who are hurt by those who break the law, you cannot claim to have any compassion or empathy. You are manipulated and you are being used as a puppet by people who wanted to use you to fight to break our country apart. The compassionate people are now taking over and saying, if you respect and love this country, you go through the legal process as you would be expected to do if you went to any other country. And if you can't do that, then step aside, because there are plenty of people who are willing to do the work and who don't steal opportunities from others and who love America and who won't burn the flag once they get here.